And we are recording now. And with that, I'll welcome everybody to Monday, July 11th, 2022 for the Sconset Advisory Board meeting. For purposes of attendance, let me ask members present to respond when I call your name. Angus McLeod.
Here.
Thank you. Caroline Ellis. Mary Lathrop. Will. Mary, you're muted. All right. Clement Durkis.
Here.
Thank you. I see Mary is here, but not responding. Mary Will?
This is Mary Bergman, not Mary Will. Sorry.
Oh, Mary Bergman. Okay.
Sorry.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
Oh, yeah, I see where I don't have my whole name there. Sorry.
That's all right. Okay, well, we've got a little problem here because we do not have, oh, look at that, Mary Bergman, not Mary Will. Okay. Well, let's wait a few minutes. But I did receive a notice from the HDC office that there's a hold on till next week for 23 Ocean Avenue for Clark Brown. And so therefore, once we get a quorum, we'll continue with the other items on the agenda.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman, it's Sarah Alger. Does that mean you won't be discussing 23 Ocean Avenue at all today?
Yes, Sarah Alger, that is correct. The applicant asked to hold it until next week.
Okay, and you're going to be meeting again. It will be next Monday, the 20, whatever it is.
Yeah, the 20,
18th.
whatever it is.
The 18th, I guess it is.
Yeah, yes, the 18th. Thank you. And we're going to be meeting in person from now on, according to the governor's office.
Okay, so next week's meeting will be in person, and where will that be?
That's at 2 Fairgrounds.
Oh,
And
in that lovely room in the back?
that's the very one. We all haven't been there in a very long time.
Okay, looking forward to it.
Great.
See you next Monday then. Thank you.
Thank you for coming, and anybody else who's here for 23 Ocean Avenue, you are excused, but thank you for
Okay.
coming.
Don't pull a fast one.
No, we won't do it.
Okay, thank you.
Great. And I see Mary.
I'm here, but just a clarification, 23 Ocean, oh, it's on our list, excuse me. I thought it wasn't. Okay.
Is it raining where you are?
No, does it sound like it is? That was my umbrella going up so that I can see the screen.
Okay, great. Well,
Sorry about that.
that's quite all right. Well, thank you for coming.
Yeah, the new thing about having meetings at 1 o'clock in the thing isn't gonna work for me because I have a commitment to the thrift shop from 12:30 to 3:30 on Mondays. So.
Okay, well, we'll have to work something out. Have to figure something out.
Yes, I have to figure it out with a thrift shop.
Well,
Or-
also my standing meeting with the Historic Structures Advisory Board is always 1 o'clock.
Oh,
So I don't
So-
know who suggested 1 o'clock instead of 11.
Governor Charlie Baker.
Well,
No, not the time, just in person,
Right.
right?
That's what it used to be. You guys used to be, this
Oh, right,
this
at
group
1
used to
and
meet at 1 and
3:30.
you all used to meet at 3:30, yeah.
That's right. Oh, I wonder if that's going to change too.
oh, well, we'll have to, obviously we have to figure that out. Okay, so with all that, the chair declares we have a quorum. And with that, I'll take a motion for the adoption of the agenda
So
as
moved.
shown on your screen. I'm assuming the agenda's on your screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Seconded.
much. Great, thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you very much. All right, we're going to new business 6/21/22. Item number 1 is held for next week. Item number 2 is Frank Ravinsky, 33 Main. And okay, sorry, folks. I'm always a little. There we go. Here's a plan of the existing lot. The building in question is outlined in red. And is there anybody here to speak for the Ravinsky property? Hearing
Such
none.
as Karen Urban. Is Karen there?
I don't see, no. Okay, so we all know where we are on the Enamore Lane, top of Main Street.
So is the idea that they're taking their garage / guest cottage and adding a porch to it so that they have a cabana for the new pool? Is that basically it?
It looks like they're,
Doubling the size of the garage.
no, I think they're just
No,
enclosing.
there are 2 bays currently,
Okay,
I think.
Yeah, there are 2 bays and they're, I don't think they're increasing the square footage at all. It looks like they're taking a bay on the west side, and here it is. Converting it to a
Right, a cabana room.
living area, yeah.
oh, I see. Mhm. With a porch on the side. Decking on the side.
All right.
Rob, can we see the other elevations?
Yeah. These?
Is that all of them? Because I'm seeing existing and proposed, but it's just 2 elevations. Okay. So we're getting south and west, but what about the east and north?
Oh,
Oh, thank you. What I was looking for is other mold windows.
yeah.
I'm thinking that it would be preferable not to have mold windows in the proposal. Looks like there's only 1 mold window so far out of all of them. So that would be my main comment, is to break that into 2 windows or 3 smaller windows that have some space between them.
Gotcha. Yeah, any other comments?
Yeah, my guess is that, and I would agree with Angus, in terms of the design of those windows. However, I suspect that nobody can see those windows. Unless Buck French can see them from his side yard, but otherwise, that's a pretty private area there.
All right,
It's funny, they're not putting a porch. Well, maybe. Okay. Covered porch or something. It's just deck. It's open deck.
yes, correct. That's what it
Okay.
shows here. All right, excellent. Any other thoughts?
Nothing for me.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. We're going to move on now to this 7 New Street application is in town.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So we're
Well,
gonna do
easy.
number 2 under new business, which is 6 Bayberry Lane. And hang on one sec. There we go. Ah. Okay, oh, that's the original Ruddock house. Okay. That's the west elevation, I think. Yeah. Oh, south. Right.
South.
Never mind.
South.
Back.
Okay. And it looks like the garage is in the southwest corner. Okay. Here we go.
It kind of looks like what we saw for Karen. Well, same
Mhm.
garage doors.
Do we have any pictures of the existing garage to see how much bigger we're going and how much?
150% bigger anyway.
Yeah. We just see that little rectangle there. That's the existing garage. So that's all we see.
Yeah.
Well, we see. Let me go back to the photographs. There might be one. Nothing there, nothing there. Well, it's back here in the corner.
Mhm.
Yep.
That's kind of a
Thank
cool,
you.
that's kind of a cool building.
Is it being demolished?
That's not a part of the application that I can tell. Let me go to the full. There's no indication. That's something we want to consider, obviously. Am I correct?
Yeah. That's sort of first step.
Right, it's got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
But
Is it-
this is a different scale. Yeah, I so miss seeing these little garages that are just simple, plain roofs. What bugs me in this one is just the whole main roof plane becomes a second floor with shed dormers, going as far to the sides and front and the back as possible.
West.
Yeah, that's the full boat on that one.
I assume, well, no, I assume wrong. The west elevation would face Sankaty Road, I assume.
Yes.
Were you about to say I would assume that the deck is facing the water?
Well, I assumed the east elevation would
Right.
be towards the water, but it's not. It's the west elevation.
So they're looking, it's a sunset elevation, probably because the house that they're behind wouldn't allow them a peek at the ocean anyway. So
Oh,
maybe they just kind of figured, okay,
the
well,
house, yeah. So the house that's on Baxter Road in front of them wouldn't.
it will
Yeah.
block them.
Yep, I see it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the Golden's house. That would definitely block them. It's a big house.
It used to be a ranch house.
Golden's? Oh, I thought theirs was an all new build.
There was a tear down there.
Right, exactly. Bingo.
Okay, well, we'll definitely note what's going to happen with the existing structure. And as far as this design goes, I think Angus's note about, well, this doesn't even pretend to be what's there now, so.
Also, that, I mean, I'd have to study it further, but there doesn't seem to be any relationship between the front house, the main house, and the back house.
I would say the relationship is probably that shed dormer on the second floor. Oh, no, oh, right. You know what, though? It has gable dormers on the second floor. It's only in the back that it has shed dormers. Well,
It's got both everywhere. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's got,
yeah, I guess my concern really is just the amount of second floor space that's gained from the dormer. I'd rather see the dormers, give more room to the main roof plane, at least on the north street facing side.
okay,
Can we look maybe too at heights?
Yeah.
How high is it? It looks substantially taller, but I could be wrong.
Taller than the existing garage?
Oh,
definitely.
it's definitely
Oh, yeah.
taller than the
Sure.
existing garage. Now, is it taller than the front?
What's its total?
Ridge height, is that?
23, 23.8.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, call it 24.
What does
Pretty
it say
tall.
on the application?
We're making you work, Rob.
It's all right. I got my new Whirly gig on my.
$23,800. Yep. That seems rather high for
Yeah,
a garage / guest house. I mean, we kind of prefer main houses to be less than 25 feet.
They may be trying to get a winterized second house out of this whole thing, because their house is still pretty much like a summer house, right? I mean, open studs and whatnot inside.
I believe so.
Yeah, I guess I would rather see the program sprawl a little bit and be lower than so much of it to be, a vertical tower. Yeah, it's not just a garage.
Right.
No, it's a guest house.
Or a winter house masquerading as a guest house,
Yeah,
which, I mean, no, they've certainly got the land for it and everything else. And didn't we look at this house a couple of years ago for something else that they wanted to do? But
I
that,
think there was
maybe never
changes
got
to the
done.
house. Yeah,
Yeah, so honestly, I'm happier to see a new build that is a new build as opposed to changing the historic material in the main house, which may have been somewhat compromised in the 70s anyway, but
I agree with you, Mary.
could you say that again, please? The note to-
yeah, the idea being, I mean, they obviously are probably looking to have some winter space that they can come to, not have to open the main house and so on and so forth. I would rather see a new build be a new build than go back to the historic house and mangle that up.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. Sure.
Especially where this one does kind of set back, it's off the road, whereas the main house was kind of an iconic, structure right on the road, pretty visible.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with Angus, stretch it out a bit.
Yeah.
Stretch the envelope of the building a little bit to get the second floor space that they need, but not have it look so top heavy.
And then when you move here in the winter, this has little to do with us, but I'm going to say it anyway, that, we are getting older, and why do you want to climb stairs anymore?
Well, there is that.
Okay.
Then
And
you change a
also-
garage bay to a downstairs bedroom.
I always, well, not always, but the second floor balconies are problematic for me.
Yeah.
And I would like to see something at least reflect the main house. I don't know if it could be window configuration or that balcony. You've got the door looks like it's all lights, and the two windows on the side look like they're all panes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That doesn't look right to me.
All right. Any other comments on this? Great. If not, I'm going to go back to our agenda, and we are at,
Woo-hoo. One Windsor.
One Windsor.
This will be exciting.
Yeah, it's starting to shape up out there.
It's looking a lot better.
Okay, let me find that application. Here it is. Just checking, are we showing the application here on your screen?
Yes.
All right, thank you. I'm surprised the screen's working at all. I was doing some work last night and it shut off. Black, nothing. But that was last night. Here we are. All right, this is for alterations of second floor space and window and door changes. We're familiar where this is.
It's the used house lot.
The Home Depot.
So which of the houses are we looking at? The one, there's so many structures on that property, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Holy moly, these windows this is a confusing.
okay, let's go back here. Okay, so it's on the,
It's on the front? No,
at the
it's
end
in
of,
the middle. Okay,
So the
'cause
house that we're looking at in the picture is the house that was formerly where Nell and George Wilson's house is on Main Street. It got trucked to Windsor years ago.
So that is this little house on the right that we're looking at?
Yeah, that was what was Main Street, the Wilsons.
Okay, so that you notice that there is the plan has a full house closer to Plainfield.
Well, there were two big holes in the ground closer to Plainfield. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so now this is behind that, and then there's a garage behind that. So is this being
Oh,
considered?
wait a minute. Yeah, Rob, go back to that picture. That was good. Let's get down to the end of Plainfield.
Uh-huh.
Keep on keeping on.
that's as
All
big.
right,
as-
this is interesting picturing because that's the Pioli's house before their addition to the right there of the
Yeah.
circle.
Right,
But it now has a full addition on it.
yeah, so
Well-
that's just showing the locus
Yeah.
And
But this
so,
is before that front house was even put on its foundation.
So is the house that's closest to the circle existing?
It is sitting there, yes. It has not been totally finished. I mean, it is on a foundation, but it has no kind of entranceway or exit way, So I don't know what's going to happen to that. But wow, you look at this. This is a brand new.
Is this to
Huge.
show you windows? Like, is this from a window catalog? I mean,
okay. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Let's see if there are any photographs showing the site. This is tough because this isn't showing you what the site looks like now and what the configurations of all those various elements
right.
are. But anyway, so I don't know if I don't know what we're looking at. Like you said, Mary, it is a lot of windows.
Where in this plan is that little house? So
Yeah.
it will be moved over to. Oh, it has been demolished.
But the foundation was still existing. So I don't know what that has to do with any of this, but
Is the foundation being reused for the proposed structure? Is that how it plays in?
Question.
That's what they're saying, right? New dwelling on existing foundation.
Is Val Oliver the architect sort of
Yeah.
of record on this?
yeah.
And might she want to comment on this other than when she's,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand this.
Okay. Well, we definitely need more information and
Previous approval, are you looking at that? Did we see that?
Never,
Previous-
never. We've never seen anything on this one. I've been waiting for years because all those houses are out there and clearly they've been doing things to them, but without our having a sense of what they were doing.
Yeah, and I would recommend, I don't know if the HGC members have time. It's just, as you know, it's crazy, but this would benefit from a site visit because it's very confusing.
Yeah.
Well, the
I don't know.
style of it feels much more urban. But I can't even think of anything in town that would look like this, but it's closer to that than anything in the rural setting in Sconset and in this area.
Looks like a house in Georgetown.
It's very structured and way too many of the same windows. Yes, if the applicant could be representing it to explain a little bit more and also just more complete application of what's there, what's going to be there, what's going to be seen and not seen.
Yeah.
May I would like to request that we can revisit the previous approval
I don't know what previous approval is.
referring to.
Yeah.
Well, and that doesn't say, previous HDC approval. Maybe that's the approval of the client or the builder, or who knows?
Oh, thank you. Okay, I don't know, but when you're making little changes to something that's already approved, but when there's nothing there at all now, we're not building and changing on what was previously approved. We want to see the exact.
All right, there it is. Well, I can't read it, but
So the smaller pictures to the left, are those the existing, and then the larger one is what is proposed? Is that?
I don't think no, it does not look like this. That may have been approved on paper, but
And is it the house that was approved on at 1 Windsor, or is this one of the other prefab houses that's farther down and across the street? It looks similar to that. There are a couple of prefab houses that maybe Sheila's siblings might have put in. But remember, this is a street that we've long been asking to review things for, and this may be one of the first that we've ever seen.
Well, I think you're right. And it is a big mess there. And so, so we should ask, we should suggest a visit to the site, but
Yeah, certainly.
But what's before us are these drawings and
Oh, wait, there, it
I
says,
think what I
CO
think I'm seeing are like, existing, the existing proposal and what the new proposal is, if you compare the smaller drawings with the larger drawings.
yeah,
so it says on this revision, first of all, it says Sarah Coffin Harshman. I believe her name's Sheila, unless there is also a Sarah, in which case there's more confusion than we need. Revisions to COA from 2020, building new dwelling on existing foundation. So did we approve something for the existing foundation before? And this is an entirely new thing, or, I mean,
I don't know. I don't recall. This is the first time I think that the current board has seen anything for this property. I could be mistaken, but nevertheless,
Yeah, I don't really remember reviewing anything before, but I think we could
I know
certainly
we
look at the
haven't.
changes, see that the whole gable sort of pediment above the front door is a new proposal. Yeah, if you can zoom out enough to get the existing front elevation in combination with the old front elevation. Yeah, so it's the top left corner and then the top of the larger drawing that we're sort of comparing.
But Angus, that top, where it says existing and previous approved, that does not exist.
But that's the difference between supposedly what's been seen and what is being proposed.
yeah.
Yep.
So what was a dormer is now full 2 stories, and what was a simpler, more typical Nantucket doorway is this pediment porch roof thing.
Okay.
And there was a balcony out or a deck out in front. There's no longer a deck.
Yeah, and the first floor is about a mile out of the ground too. So, okay, so I'm gonna ask that we need some more reference photographs. We need a lot of stuff, but
But what I'm asking for, I mean, this is a brand new building. It's not based on, there's nothing there now. So I don't understand I'd like to see the first application for this building, and not just a previous approval. I don't know.
all right, I'll ask Esmeralda if she can find us that. And but I believe this is using the pieces of the 3 houses that are there. Oh, well, maybe the 2 houses that are there. One of them fell in on itself.
Rob, I was just there, I think last week, and there's one house on a foundation in the front, as we said.
Yeah.
It has not been finished, has not been completed. It's still kind of not, it's on its foundation, but it's up. In the back, then behind it is a foundation that has already been poured. And then behind that, there is a little garage
Yeah,
on a foundation.
on a foundation.
with a 2-story balcony, a 2nd-story balcony that overlooks curious as to what it overlooks.
But there, I don't think I have not seen any leftover derelict houses that are going to get moved on that existing foundation. I think this is all brand new. It's all a brand new building.
Gotcha.
And the whole way this drawing is drawn doesn't strike me as anything we typically see. I'm wondering if it isn't a prefab drawing.
And they
I don't-
want to make tweaks to it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, this is, all right, well, we obviously need a lot more information about all this, and like I said, more of a better plan and more of the history and everything, because as it stands, this is really not part of the whole Sconset experience. And
Correct.
May I make one more comment? I
Yes,
just
please.
noticed that as you were scrolling down, it said the foundation, the exposed foundation would be 8 feet.
Was that on the
Up at the
application?
top, yeah.
Yeah,
the
it was
very
on the,
top.
on the application. Right there. Height exposed, 8 feet, 12 inches foundation? Or 8 inches, 12,
Here we go. Stop.
Oh, It's 8 to 12 inches.
8 to 12 inches.
Yeah.
I see. Thank you.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, that's a little bit confusing. If this is for revisions, we need to see the complete previous application to compare it to.
Yeah.
We don't have any, they don't tell you how high the new house would potentially be?
Something about 30 feet. Look at that. There's the height. Height of ridge above final
Oh, Lord.
finish grade, 30 feet.
Mhm,
30 feet?
mhm.
What's the NC?
Not applicable? I don't know.
How about
No.
not, how about
No
not?
change, no change.
Oh, no
Oh,
change.
no change, no change. No change to the non-existing application, previous.
Yeah, right.
Okay, everybody. Hang in there, everybody. So, let me just check. Okay. Wow.
I mean, it's kind of country club size.
Yeah. It, and I can see, they've done some stuff, further down Windsor Road and everything, but that's way off the main way, and those are private roads, et cetera, et cetera. But this is right on the corner.
With a house, with a big house in front of it.
Yeah. All right. Any other comments
Lots.
that I can pass on to our esteemed board who gets to see this tomorrow?
Is Val Oliver still on the HDC?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, she sure is. All right. Any other comments on this?
What do you have there, Rob, for your comments?
I've got way too many of the same windows. Need photographs of the site. I'd like to see the first application. Not part of the Sconset experience. Confusing, needs complete original application.
Thank you. I think the thing about the windows, I mean, there are plenty of older in-town Nantucket style houses that the windows are pretty consistent, at least on the fronts and sides.
Yeah.
But then there's a little bit of funk. But what happens is that when they're all the same size with what should be the additive massing, is they don't read as additive massing. It's just like, one continuous block of two-story house. So that's the main concern about too many of the same, style window.
Okay. Thank you for.
I have one more suggestion. I mean, it says right elevation, but where's right? I want to see the south, north, south, east, west, not right and left. I don't know where I am.
Good point.
Okay, better labeling.
Cardinal directions.
Cardinal, thank you. All right. Let me go back to our agenda. So let's see. So next week, I guess we're meeting in person in town, and we have to figure out
When and how?
when, how, and where. And I will not be on island, so I would
Oh.
say I'd say I'd join by Zoom, but I think it's a purely in person.
No more hybrid.
And I don't think we're doing hybrid anymore. No, or
With
Or
the
Zoom.
rising numbers in COVID and the vineyard being in the red and us being in the orange, is there like do we think that like at the last minute, there will be a continuation of the Zooming?
I think that's a distinct possibility personally. So
Can
maybe,
I say something?
yeah, Diane, please.
I put a text into Chuck Baker this
Yeah.
morning again, saying that we need in Nantucket to continue with the hybrid because of the participation of both members and applicants.
Yeah.
And I had him refer to Paul Durensis if he had any questions, because Paul's on his governor's committee.
Oh,
So,
great.
so we'll see. If no answer, then I would do another one tomorrow, but you can get through to him on an email, because that's what I did.
Excellent. Well, thank you for doing that. And that's a good know we have that opportunity.
Yeah,
Nice.
All
Yeah,
right.
because this doesn't appear to be over by any means.
no, they're the stupid wind farm and stuff, excuse me, the wind farm and stuff. They're still doing it Zoom, so they're using Zoom as far as meetings are concerned.
Yeah. Okay, great. If there are no other comments or announcements or comments, I will take a motion to approve the comments we've made today.
So moved.
Thank you. Do I hear a second?
I'll second, Mary.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Rob's and I, that's 4 of us. Okay, great. And then I'll take a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Great. All right. Thanks, everybody. This meeting's adjourned. Thank you, Diane.
Thanks, Rob.
We'll catch you on the rebound.
Thank you all.
Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you, Rob.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, yeah. Meeting number 2.